Hi guys, welcome back to the Player YouTube channel, and if this is your first time here, welcome and thanks for finding us on the search engine, whatever it was, how you came across us. Great stuff. We have hundreds, literally hundreds of videos on cars, boats, planes, holidays, you name it, interviews. It's a big boys toys channel. That's what it was designed for. It mirrors what we put in our magazine, The Player. I'm AJ from The Player, and it's lovely to welcome you to the channel. If you're an existing subscriber, thanks guys. Keep the comments coming in. Hope you enjoy what you're watching. Let's talk about today's subject. This is the DS3 Crossback. Now you're probably thinking, what is a DS? For those of you who don't know, there can't be that many of you, then I will explain. In 2009, Citroën, the French car manufacturer, decided to get a brand, a premium brand, like Toyota, Lexus, this sort of style, where they have a premium level. And in 2015, that brand was so successful, they decided to make it a standalone brand with its own range of cars. And it's gone from strength to strength. And I do feel a lot of the cars are designed very much for the modern driver, for the millennial driver. Because let's face it now, guys, we are 2019. The millennials have just started driving. At 17 years old in the UK, they were buying their first car. I think this is possibly an optional second car. This is a compact SUV. So it sits in a market comparable to the T-Roc from Volkswagen, or let me think, the MINI Countryman, or the Audi Q2. That is probably a very good example of the competition that this car has to face. Now, price-wise, well, that's where it does better than the other three. Definitely does better than the other three, because this car you can buy in the entry level from 22,000 British pounds, which is extremely good value for money when you consider what you get as standard on this car compared to the others. It goes all the way up to 39,000 if your pockets are deep enough, and for that you will get everything, all singing and dancing. And being as it's, I feel, geared towards the millennials, they needed to make a lot of choices for these guys. So there's no less than 10 different body colours. There are 10 different wheel types, for example. There are 3 different roof colours. And there are 5 different trim levels. It's massive choice, but I think that's what people like. You can stamp your own identity on this car. And when you look at some of the soft fabrics in here and the diamond cuts everywhere, which especially in the centre mimic, so I've been told, the great white shark's teeth, which it's almost making it, you know, semi-funky and kind of scary. But at the same time, I love the styling on this car. Very, very French styling, really chic, very cool. Has a super instrument panel here, all digital display, fingertip controls, absolutely love it. And all the shark teeth buttons in the center here beneath the 10-inch TFT touchscreen are also in the shape of that little diamond, that shark teeth. But they're touch sensitive. They're really nice. I love it. There's no click, there's no push, they touch. It takes a bit of getting used to start with. There are 3 different types of car in this. So you've got the petrol version, and it's a 3-cylinder 1.6 petrol engine. But what DS have cleverly done is they map the car according to the brake horsepower you want. So you can get 100, 130 and 150 brake horsepower. And then there's a diesel 1.5, which is 136 brake horsepower. And then if you really want to go for it, there is an electric version of this car as well. That starts around £30,000, just to give you an idea. And the range on that, because I know everybody's got range anxiety, it's around about 200 miles. That is more than the Nissan Leaf, the world's most popular electric car. If you're interested in Nissan Leaf, click up here now for our review, because I thoroughly enjoyed doing that one. And if you wait a couple more seconds, there we go, click up here now, and you can watch a whole review on what I think are the top 5 electric cars of all time. Well worth a look, that one, if you're interested in electric cars. Personally, I'm not. I have my own feelings on that. Let's talk economy, because if millennials are buying this, 1, they're looking at price, 2, they're looking at functionality, 3 would be economy, because they've got to pay to put petrol in this thing. So the petrol one I'm currently getting, if I push the button there we go, 44.4, which I think it's amazing for a little 1.6 engine. And believe it or not, I've had this car for a couple of weeks now, and I find it's been hugely economical. There's 3 different modes. I'm only in the normal mode. The mode button is down here at the front. Once you push the button down, you have the choice of Eco and you have the choice of Sport. Now in Sport, it tightens up a little bit, it's a little bit more reactive. I'll be honest, I've been in normal mode for 2 weeks. I haven't even bothered. There's very little difference. The Eco mode just becomes very sluggish and quicker through the gears. So, but it's there if you fancy being eco-friendly. Big fault on this car, huge fault. Underneath here, next to the paddles, because although this is an 8-speed auto gearbox, you do have the option to have the manual setting on. You can use the paddles. Again, millennials, they're going to love that. It's like, you know, PlayStation. Do the buttons there. But the big mistake in this car is the cruise control and the lane assist and the speed limiter. You cannot see it. It's hidden under here behind the steering wheel. Excuse me. And you cannot, well, when you set it, it's fine. You click the button left and right and it will come up on the dashboard on the instrument panel here, but it's really bad because you just can't see what you're doing. It's hidden. Steering wheel, let's take a quick look at that. On the right here where we have the menu listing, telephone option, because this does come with a telephone adapter, which I think all cars should come with nowadays. It comes with Apple Play, Android mirroring. You can scroll through all of that here on the right on a lovely knurled button, and then underneath is the list. You can use the telephone from here as well. On the left hand side you've got the voice recognition system, so the commands to tell it to do certain things which you can assign yourself as well. Volume is below it, and again you've got a selector button on the top there. The whole car is put together really nicely. It's very comfortable. The seats on this car are manual, however you can, with those different trim levels, get heated front seats. These are lovely leather, they're really super comfortable, and again the way the seat has been designed mirrors that shark teeth design yet again, which I really love. Couple of safety bits and pieces. You've got lane assist. There's no, yes, that's another big faux pas on this particular car that I've got. There are no blind spot mirrors. You need blind spot mirrors. Come on, manufacturers. We need that. That comes as standard. You've got to have that. Forget all this cruise controls and things like that. That's nice. They're extras. But blind spot mirrors, that's good. So lane assist, you've got auto high beam dipping on this car, so when a car's coming towards you at night, this car will sense it, dip the headlights, moves them as well. It's just a general all-round very lovely place to sit. It's also extremely quiet, and that apparently is down to the acoustic windscreen. Have you ever heard of that? An acoustic windscreen? Who makes an acoustic? Imagine ringing up the windscreen company. Yes, I've broken my windscreen. Make sure you bring the acoustic one. I can imagine what the answer's going to be. Mate, you'll get whatever I've got on the van. But apparently this has got an acoustic windscreen and it cuts the noise down, and it's pretty good on long journeys. Keeps you much fresher and you don't get that drone of the engine all the time. We need to take a good look around this car. There's a number of bits and pieces I want to show you in the back, in the boot, and then we'll summarise the DS3 Crossback. Let's crack on. I'll catch you in a second. Round at the back of the DS3 Crossback, well, it's very, very good looking. It's quite chunky, it's quite low, and I love these two big exhaust pipes there, and they are real, unlike these little vents here which aren't real, which is a shame because it'd be so easy to make them real and look a little bit more, you know, part of the car. I do love this lovely chrome line that seems to run all the way around, and I love these LED rear tail lights, really nice, and the fact that they've put the Crossback name, etched it into there, it just shows a little bit of attention to detail. There's got a rear wash and wipe, a very small screen as well. This, you know, it seems to be like this fashionable thing at the moment to have these really small screens. It doesn't help when you reverse him. You've got a safety light at the back there, brake stop light, and you've got a nice sort of wing that runs across there that's part of the roof. It's all really good. A diffuser, as they say, diffuser. It still sits quite high at the back here. Let's take a look inside. There's no button to open it with, so you have to use the key. So if you've left the key in the car, you've got out to come and get something, it's a real pain in the fact you've got to walk all the way back around, get your key, and then you can do that and it'll open. It's not electrically assisted, we weren't expecting that anyway. Does come with a really lovely parcel shelf. Yeah, we love these. And watch how nice and easy it is to get it out. Look, it won't come out until you bang it like that and bang it like that and yeah, whatever. Throw the bloody things away. They get on my nerves. 350 litres of boot space. Inside here, you do get a space saver wheel. That is a major plus, because I always say space saver wheels are what all cars should have, because it's ridiculous. You smash a wheel up on a curb or something, you're not going to use a little pump to inflate it again. You're basically screwed until you get the rescue services come out and get you. You get a little toolbox. You get absolutely nothing else in the back there apart from that. 350 litres, which will allow 2 large family size suitcases. Let's go and have a look around the front. So round at the front of the DS3, well, the good looks do really continue. I love the sort of squat nose of this thing as well. It looks very, very chunky. The only thing I did notice is on this grille here, doesn't it look a little bit Lexus to you? Maybe they sort of got a bit influenced there. You never know. I do love all these chrome lines though. I think the styling on this car is impeccable actually. It's really cool. And these lovely LED running lights that sort of sweep round here, almost got a shape to them as well. And these 2 LED matrix headlights. The whole thing looks really smart and very, very individual. Right the way round to these sort of big plastic guards that run round here. Makes it feel very off-roady. But then again, you've got these 17-inch sort of diamond cut alloys. The whole thing just really starts to sell itself as something a little bit classy. Now, there's one thing being classy, but is it comfortable in the back for the passengers? Let's go and find out. Before we get in and have a look for the passengers, there's one little neat thing I really like on this car. When you push the key, the handles come out. You know, like a Tesla? I think the Model X has got these. They go in when you drive off anyway. Let's take a look in the back, see what you get for the passengers, because this is going to be probably more important. Well, first of all, it's quite tight getting in and out of here, and this recurring shape through the window continues on the inside as well, which, to be honest, that's a very small window, and it's very high up here as well, so it's not perhaps the best of designs. Even the speakers here, you can see, are in the diamond cut shape as well. Whole car is all based around diamonds, or as DS have told me, shark teeth. Quite like that. Let's have a look in here, see what it's like. Well, plenty of legroom, and yes, I've got to admit it's very comfortable, and this lovely leather is super smooth and nice. Yeah, it's a nice place to sit. But that's about where it finishes, because I'm going to jump over here. There's a sort of smallish transmission tunnel. It's not too bad to negotiate. However, in the middle here, if I move my feet, it's quite difficult to move around in here. You'll see there's absolutely nothing here in the center. There's no heating controls, there's no USBs, there's no 12-volt adapters. So if this car was designed for a small young family, which is what I think it was designed for, you're going to have kids in the back here with games and gizmos and phones and God knows what else. And they're going to be rather upset when they start running out of battery, because there's no way you can plug it in anywhere, which is a great shame. However, if you're a baby in this car, it's absolutely fine, because you've got 2 ISOFIX points there and 2 here. And if you are the 3rd passenger in this car in the back, well, I suggest you go on a diet, because this centre seat is absolutely minute. And also, the other thing that's really bothered me every time I've slid across, the seat belts, the connectors, won't stay down, so they keep popping up and they catch your jeans, and yeah, it's just a little bit not thought out as good as what I thought it was. However, the leather seating is very good. This is very comfortable, and I love the style. Again, look, it's got that diamond cut in it. Follows all the other diamond bits and pieces that you see around this car. Right, well, I think we need to summarize the DS3 and say exactly what we think of it. So there you have it, guys. The DS Crossback, the DS3 Crossback, and what a car. It's not bad value for money, it's not a bad size if you're not looking for that extra large SUV. Above all, it's a very good looking car, it's very stylish, and I think it's almost like creating a statement when you buy one of these. It's definitely worth a test drive, so get down to your local DS dealer. Thanks for watching. You've been watching me, AJ the Player, and I look forward to another car next week. In the meantime, don't forget, like, subscribe and comment, and safe motoring. Take care, guys.